Okay, welcome. I want to show you how to create a works cited page as you go, as you're doing research. Do not leave this piece of your research and writing to the last minute. It is really difficult to create a well-designed works cited page at the last minute. You need to do it as you go. Okay, so this is what a works cited page will look like for an essay that just has two sources cited. Remember that it's important as well to create it early because as you're writing and revising, you're going to need to include in-text citations. So anytime I reference information from this site, whether I'm quoting it or I'm put it into my own words, I have to provide an indication that it came from that site. I have to show that. So either in my paragraph, I mention Nimby Smith and C. Colville, or I mention the title, okay? If I have not mentioned this first word, okay, the authors, because they show first here on the works cited page, if I've not mentioned them in my sentence, in my writing, I have to finish that sentence with this reference. I'll just show you here at the bottom so that I can go find it, the reader can go find it easily in the works cited page. Okay, if there's a particular page that the quote or information came from, I include it, like here, page 34, let's say, in the parentheses. Okay, so what would the in-text citation look like for this source? It would look like this. Isn't that interesting? Why? And the period goes on the outside after your sentence. Why? Because there's no author here, okay, for the entire book, and, or excuse me, for that entry, and it is the first word that is appearing in the citation here. So it makes it really easy for me when I'm reading the essay to scan down the left-hand margin and find the source. They have to match, yeah? I'm going to insert this as a little visual. These first words have to match what you show in your parentheses in your writing. Okay, so how do we get there? How do we create this page? Well, as you're doing research, keep a blank works cited page open in Word or whatever document processor, word processor you like. Okay, close this. Let's pretend that I have gone out to academic database, in this case Academic Search Premier. I have found a article I really like. Whoops, here it is. Now it's wonderful that these databases pretty much all provide you with an opportunity to find the citation right here. You don't have to go and create it yourself. I clicked on Cite and I scroll down. I don't use APA or AMA or Chicago in English classes, but I might in another class. You ask your instructor. Here's my MLA for my English class. Okay, that's the style we're using. I highlight, I hit right click, I copy, I go back to my Word document, make sure I got my margins set right, and oops, let's see if I can get the paste function to work. There we go. Paste it in. Beautiful. Okay. It's nice, it's organized, you can rely on it, you know it's accurate when it comes from a database like this. I have to have my hanging indents, so I'm going to hit Tab. I'm going to go to the next line and hit Tab. Okay, we're looking good. Now, here's just another demo. I ended up going to the Gale Virtual Reference Library to look at encyclopedias in my research, and they too provide a citation tool. Click. I again make sure it's MLA, and here it is at the bottom. Get the whole thing because the entry I'm using is Community Colleges by James Ratcliffe. The book is Encyclopedia of Education by Guthrie. but I need to get the whole article in my citation, and I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste. Now be careful when you paste, because I want to make sure that I'm building an alphabetical works cited page. Here it goes. Okay, nice. So when I say alphabetical, it means the first words of each entry have to be lined up alphabetically. Hit tab to get that hanging indent again, and you're all good to go. Okay. So that's when you have databases and they provide you with the citation. It's a little trickier when you're out on the web and you're looking for websites, or if you found an ebook, let's say, without citation given to you. I'd gone to this website, Achieving the Dream, Helping More Community College Students Succeed. I'd poked around and I had found a PDF that I really like, a good document. Students often wonder, do you put the home page in your works cited page, or do you put the the page that you found from that website? The answer is you put the page or the document that you found from that website in your works cited page. Okay, so this is what I want to cite if it's what I'm using in my paper, not just the home page. Okay. So again, you're always trying to make it really easy for your reader to find the source. That's the whole point of this. Your reader should be able to go out and go, oh, that sounds like a good source. I want to go read it, or I want to double check. Okay. So here you need a different tool because they don't provide you the citation like the databases do. And so I really encourage you to come out to one of these really cool tools that they have on the web. I enjoy using Son of Citation Machine. Okay, you can just Google it. There are others. Ask around, ask your friends. They use, I know a lot of students use easybib.com. There are several of these. Choose MLA again. Okay, always remember that. And then you choose the type of source that you have found. In my case, I am looking at a web document. Okay, you can look over here on the left and scroll down and see all sorts of things, podcasts, TV program. Okay, you have to cite that stuff if you mention it in your essay. I'm going to go with web document. Okay, and you get these fields that are blank. You have help buttons here on the right that can explain to you if you're unsure what to enter. I had started working on mine here. I had hunted around this document pretty carefully, used my detective hat, magnifying glass to go find the author, the publication, date, okay, any sponsoring organization, and I had filled in the information, okay, remembering that I chose the correct form of document. And then I want to make sure that I include the URL, that's the web address. It says it's optional here. I suggest you always include it. Certainly in my classes, I want to see it because it makes it so much easier for me to find, as the instructor, to go look at your source. Okay, I'm going to copy the URL and I'm going to plug it right in here. Okay. Don't sit there typing it out. You'll make an error. It's a waste of your time. Copy and paste. Now watch this. How fun. Make a citation. Aha. Okay. So remember, this is not going to store your information. You've got to copy it out of here. Again, drag and hit right click. Copy it. Note that it's so fun because it gives you the in-text citation as well. Okay. And I'm going to remember now to put it alphabetically into my works cited page. That's been developing very nicely. I'm going to tab for that indentation that I need. Okay, these machines don't always provide you with that proper indentation with the work hanging indent. I've got all stat, community, and however you say her name in alphabetical order. Okay, So that's incredibly handy. The difficulty with this again is that you can't save your work. You have to just go to start a new, like now, let's say if I had a book, I would start over and go, okay, book, and copy and paste it in. It's fine, but remember that if you do make an error, you got to kind of start over again. Bedford Bibliographer, on the other hand, is another citation tool that operates very similarly, but you can save your work. So it's very helpful if you're working on a variety of projects or you think you might need to come back to it for some reason. You would sign up as a student. It's very easy. I suggest using your hawaii.edu and the same password, let's say, as your, myUH. Just keep it very consistent so you don't forget. And you'll see here I've used this before, and it shows all of my old saved projects, my old Works Cited pages. So here, I'll click on one. You can see it shows the entries. I'm able to go back in and edit if I realized I mistyped something. But I can view my bibliography, or we want to call it Works Cited really, for MLA. I don't need annotations, so I'm going to keep those unclicked. Annotations mean where you describe the source. Sometimes your teacher might ask you to include an annotated bibliography, but not here. We'll just create the bibliography, and there it is. Okay, now of course I had taken the time earlier to enter all this data from my sources. I can either copy again and paste it into my web document, or I can, this is kind of fun, download it right into a Word document. Okay, so how to use this? Let me close out. It's very easy. There's a 1 or 2 page user guide here that you can print and have by your side as you get going. But you'll find, I hope, that it's pretty intuitive. I'm going to go back to the main menu here, My Projects. Okay, you'll see over here is a new project opportunity. I entitle it like 102 sample or something. You entitle it as you wish. You choose Modern Language Association again for English. You choose your sources over on this menu. Okay, just like the Son of Citation that I showed you. You'll notice that you can choose book, and then let's say you choose your new source, and this is where you get to choose if it's print or online. You get to choose which part of the book you've used, or if it's an encyclopedia, and you go through and you answer all these questions. Okay, I think mine has editors, let's say. Continue. You fill in your fields. Okay, your access date is always the year and a month and day that you were in there. So whatever last day you looked at that source, okay, you save it. Okay, I'm not going to save it because I haven't entered anything here, but that's how you start building one by one entries, and you end up with a saved project, a saved page like this. Okay, take you back. Yeah, so there it is. Now let's say that, what do you do if you've got this, and these all came from citations in your database. Remember, here are those citations in your databases, and you've already pulled them over. Well, that's great, because now you can go ahead and, copy and add these guys. Okay, so you've sort of, used a variety of tools to get where you want to go. There they are, but look, you got to do some formatting. Okay, I've got to get this double spaced, and then I've got to get my hanging indents, and then I have to make sure that, oops, get that down there. I have to go ahead and make sure that these are alphabetized. So, I would definitely need to move this guy on up, right? Okay, so there you go. You have a beautiful Works Cited page once it's alphabetized, and you are all set using a variety of sources to help you without having to memorize how to build one. Okay, I hope that helped. Aloha.